Hey everybody, Chris Eggleston here with GravityRanger.com, and in today's video I wanted to do a demonstration of conversational forms with Gravity Forms. Now again, if you watched my last video, then when I talked about Gravity Forms 2.8, you'll know that I'm a little bit behind on this one as well. So Conversational Forms was released, let's see, in July of 2023. So I'm about 6 months behind here. But that's okay. I want to do this because it's something a lot of people look for, a lot of people want to use, a lot of people need. And I really like the way Gravity Forms has rolled out this feature. Now this is not a core feature, it is an add-on. Gravity Forms, what's it called? Conversational Forms add-on. And it does require an elite license or a nonprofit license currently. So if you got basic or pro, you won't be able to install this add-on. But maybe this video gets you to upgrade your license and take advantage of this add-on. So one of the other reasons I wanted to do this is because a few years ago, maybe, I wrote an article at GravityRanger.com, which I'll include a link to that explained how you can build conversational forms with Gravity Forms before they had the conversational forms add-on. So now that we have an official add-on from Gravity Forms, I wanted to go ahead and update that essentially. And so one way I'm doing that is with a video and demonstrating it. So first thing I want to do is just go ahead and jump into my form builder and let's create a conversational forms. Now I've already installed the add-on from my admin, so I just went to Forms add-on. Again, if you don't have an elite license, you will not be able to install this plugin, but I've got it installed. It's all up to date. So let's go ahead and create a new form. So creating a conversational form is no different than creating a standard form. Okay, so initially, so the first thing you're going to do, like I just did, is go ahead and click on new form, and then you can even start with one of these templates. It doesn't matter. You can start with a template, or you can start fresh from a blank one. It's completely up to you how you want to do that. I think what I'll do is I'll just get this event registration one. So we'll do convo forms demo, and so as you can see, the form's built because I implemented the template. Now, one of the things here is this form has pages, which really shouldn't matter. I'm just going to delete that because it's just a note. The form still should work in conversational form, even though it's got page breaks throughout it. It will not utilize the page breaks in conversational forms. This is also just a note, so let's go ahead and delete it. So I'm not going to make any changes to this form, but like I said, when you create a conversational form, basically you're going to start with a normal form creation process, whether you use the template or you create a new blank form and fill it with your own fields, however you want. So what we can do now is I've saved this. I made just a couple changes, removing those things. But now, in order to enable conversational forms for this form, we're going to go to settings, and then we'll see conversational forms here. If we click on this, first thing we got to do is enable this feature. And when we enable the feature, we get all these awesome settings. So the first thing we got to do is give this a link. So it's going to just be off of your primary URL, your primary domain name, and then / something else. So I'm just going to do convo demo. Okay. Now I have the option here of my layout. Do I want the form on the left side of the page? Do I want the form just in the center of the page? Do I want the form on the right side of the page? Now, let me go ahead and state the benefits to this. And I'm going to do another tutorial on this here real soon. But if you look at this layout here, you'll notice that it's kind of got a layout of what a basic landing page or squeeze page would look like. So if you're into digital products, or you have a newsletter, or even an opt-in for anything, you could essentially just build a conversational forms with Gravity Forms using this layout and be able to just use that as your squeeze page, right? The opt-in page, the landing page, send people to just the form page. They'll have, on the left-hand side, you can put a picture there. So anyway, just wanted to make note of that because it's kind of cool when you think about the usability of this and what's available with it and how you can implement it. So you've got just basic settings. Okay, we can change our background color. We can change our accent color. We can change the input accent color. So that's, the color of your actual inputs. We can make this real ugly. The text color. Okay, we need to change that because our background's black. You can add a logo. Okay, so you can add a logo to the page. You can do a background, as I mentioned. Now take note right here. It shows you. It shows you the recommended size for your background image. Okay, so let's go ahead and add an image. I think I have one that's large enough in here. Maybe not. Large enough in here. Maybe not. Well, let's just add it. I think it'll still take it. It just might look stretched. But you can change the brightness of your image. Okay, so again, this is like it's a opacity changer, right? So it fades it out. So the lower the darker. So if we want to see less of the image, we can go down. You can enable a welcome screen. So what's a welcome screen? Well, that's going to be the first thing the user sees before they see the form. So and then on the welcome, so this would be kind of like an introduction. So if you're doing maybe if you have like let's see, we just built one recently for a customer that needed an application form, and we used conversational forms, and the application had some instruction, and so we used the welcome screen to provide the instruction to the person before they got into the form. So basically, there's no fields on this welcome screen. It's just, you can put an image on there and some text, and then there's a button so they can get started with the form. Okay, so you can put a heading, a description, you can change the button text, and then you can put an image, and this image isn't the background image. This is the image that it's displayed above the header. Okay, so I'm not going to demonstrate that in this demo, but I will show you some other form templates or design setups with Gravity Forms that do use the welcome screen. So at least you'll see what that looks like. Okay, and then you've got your button. So you've got your continue button. So basically, again, this is a conversational form. So you're going to have one field per page, and then you're going to go through it. So you can enable the footer progress bar, or you cannot have it. Okay, so it's up to you. And I'll show you the difference. So we'll start with the progress bar off, but we'll just go ahead and go with these settings. Okay, so I'm going to save that, and now I can view my form by clicking this button. And so here's my form. Okay, so you see I got this background image here, and the brightness is way low. So if we change that a little bit, it'll look a little bit better. So you can see here how I was mentioning this could be like a squeeze page, right? If you've got an opt-in for any type of digital something, you could have a picture of that something over here. And then your form's going to be over here. Now you can see that I've already jumped into the form here, although there's no field here, but that's because my form starts with a section break. So just to show you how that works, if I remove that and refresh this, then my first field will be the name field as it is here. Now you'll notice, again, this has page breaking as we mentioned, but that's just going to get ignored. So I can progress through this form by either continue or enter, and you just see it's one field per page. So I have seen people requesting the ability to put multiple fields on a page. For example, they may want to have the email and the phone field on the same page within the conversational. Gravity Forms does not currently support that. It's a feature request that you can go see if you go to their what the heck they call it, their I don't know what they call it, but anyway, the thing on their website, you can see the things their feature requests, and you can add requests. So you can see that it is a request, but I don't know if they plan to implement it or not. And you can also use these buttons down here. You'll notice to move through the form or to move back. It's the only way to move back, unlike a multi-page form with Gravity Forms. Bar if we had it enabled, but we do not, so it's not there. Again, this is probably another section field here. Okay, and again, we just progress all the way through, probably another section field. Okay, and there's that's kind of weird that I had to click in order to make that box go away on the total, but anyway. So now I'm to the end, I can submit the form. Okay, and it's the same process. Essentially, if you had a redirect, it's going to redirect. This just has the default confirmation, so it's just showing me the default confirmation, and your form's done. So if we jump back in here, I want to go ahead and show you if we make a couple changes. We enable this progress bar. So we can do percentages or proportions, however you want to set that up. You can change the background color to pretty much anything that you want. And then we can save the settings and then go ahead and we'll just relaunch it since we submitted it. So now you can see, here's my progress bar with the percentage. If we wanted to change to proportion, now it's showing, 0 of 12 fields complete. Okay. So pretty cool. And again, you can make changes to this as you're going. I can change the layout if I want. And you can see this layout where the background image, the fields are right on top of the background image. So in this case, we want that background image to not be so apparent. But yeah, so conversational forms are really, really nice with Gravity Forms with this new add-on, and I would say it's much like any other form builder that offers this type of functionality. So I can't even think of the one I was trying to think of. Survey Monkey. That's what it is. They do forms just like this, one field per page. Just go through it. You do have the ability to go back in Survey Monkey as well. But anyway, so pretty slick option to build conversational forms, and a lot of great reasons to do this. And I think the primary reason people like to build conversational forms is for the focus. When you go to a form that has 20 fields and you see them all, it can be overwhelming, daunting, and maybe enough to drive the person away, to prevent them from completing the form or even starting. So conversational forms does really make it more conversational in the sense of you're asking them one question at a time, waiting for their response, and then you ask the next question. So like I said, I'll go ahead and show you some other design concepts. So let me import those for you. There's quite a few, 11. So let's just go ahead and take a look at some of these. So what do we have? We've got the vacation request. We've got, let's go ahead and look at this one here. It's a employee application. So this is a welcome screen. Okay, so you'll notice that we've got the headline here, we've got a description, and then we've got the button that takes them into the form, and then the form begins. Okay, so really nice design on this one. Let's look at the lead capture. Okay, again, this is another welcome screen. So you're not starting with the form, you're starting with an introduction to the form. So if you're running ads or any type of marketing to these forms, you can create this welcome screen kind of like a landing page, so that your message on this page immediately matches the message in the ad or whatever marketing you're using to drive people to the page, so that they know they're in the right place and they're ready to take action. Right. So another thing I really like is in a conversational sense, you can use an HTML field or a section field to add that content to the form, so that again you can educate people through the process. If they need more instruction, you can just implement that within the conversational form, and they'll see it one thing at a time. So you can also extend the message. You can't go back to the welcome screen, but again, so I've got the welcome screen here. I can start my message, and then if I need to add to my message, then my first field could, like I said, be a section or an HTML field with more information, more copy, to again drive conversion. So let's go ahead and progress. So then we can come in here and then keep making our options. So again, it's conversational in the sense that it's just adding information in here. So really nice, looks really good. Let's go ahead and take a look at one more. Let's do a booking request. There's a lot of people that want to use Gravity Forms for booking, so let's see what that looks like. So here we are again, another welcome screen. This is obviously an image. So as I mentioned earlier, you can upload an image. So they made this look really fancy, really nice. But again, if you're driving traffic, whether it's through advertising or social promotion, whatever the case is, email, in this case, you can use these landing pages, these form pages, to extend your message, so people know they're in the right place instead of just sending them directly to a form. So this one just jumps right into the questions. But again, just really nice, looks really nice, easy to use, and so on. Right. So here, custom confirmation message. Thank you. Again, just keeping with the brand, extending the message, and so on. So anyway, hopefully you see the power that there is in conversational forms, which is why, even though I'm 6 months behind or whatever it is, I wanted to do this, because I think that it's more than just what most people think of, like a conversational form, like a SurveyMonkey, for example. I need to put together a form real quick to send to people so I can get feedback or input. But you could really use these to level up your marketing, which I think is really cool, the way that they did this. Right. So in a lot of cases, if you were going to use these for squeeze pages, landing pages, marketing purposes, you're going to have to create a page on your website, design it, set it all up, and then embed your form, and then design your form. But in this instance, you can just use the form, and then just style your welcome message and the form. So anyway, really cool. I hope you see value in this, and you're able to take advantage of this add-on, because it really is great. I'll put links below this video like I always do, so you can go check these things out. But if you have any questions or need help with anything, as always, use the comments wherever it is you're watching this, whether it's at gravityranger.com or on YouTube, and we're always there to support you and help you out. So go test out conversational forms. Let us know what you think about it. What's it missing? What does it need? I know that this is still a new add-on, so there's by no means are they done with features and functionality. I'm sure we'll see it make improvements as time goes on, and more users submit feature requests. That's a big key for Gravity Forms. They make all their decisions based on user requests. So make sure if you ever have a feature request that you're submitting it to them, and I'll put a link in the description, or wherever you're watching this. There will be a link where you can go and submit your feature requests and your ideas, so that if you don't know how to do that, you will, and you'll be able to do it in the future. All right, so I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you found some value here. If you have questions, again, use the comments. But until next time, be safe, have fun, and go build something cool. Thanks for watching.